Secret Tips for Getting Rich. Quoted in part from the seminar by Tung Des and Waringen. Tip 2. To become wealthy, you must know the difference between assets and liabilities. The differences between assets and liabilities in accounting. 1. Assets. Assets are resources owned that provide future economic benefits even though they do not currently generate income. Examples: cash, accounts receivable, inventory, property, equipment, investments. Assets have a positive value which shows wealth. 2. Liabilities. Liabilities are debts to other parties, i.e. creditors, suppliers, etc., that must be paid. Examples: accounts payable, bank loans, employee salaries, taxes payable. Liability has negative value which indicates a burden. Basic accounting formula. The basic accounting equation that combines assets and liabilities is: assets is liabilities plus equity. Equity is the ownership rights to assets after deducting liabilities. A simple explanation: if you have cash, it is a resource you own. If you have a loan to the bank, it is a liability you must pay. Definition of assets and liabilities according to Robert T. Kiyosaki. Robert T. Kiyosaki's definition of assets and liabilities differs from the general accounting definition. According to Robert T. Kiyosaki, assets are anything that generates income, while liabilities are anything that causes expenses. A house is considered an asset according to standard accounting, but according to Robert T. Kiyosaki, this is not necessarily the case. Many middle-class people assume that paying off a house is buying an asset, but it is not, because every time the house costs them money. Many middle-class people also assume that owning more than one home without having to pay installments is an asset, but that's not necessarily true. As long as the house regularly incurs expenses due to maintenance and other costs, it's a liability. Some people mistakenly believe that paying off a house is a liability, when in fact it isn't. Example: a person has 200 million rupees debt to buy a house, and the monthly installments are 2 million rupees. Then, the house is divided into lots and rented out, generating 3 million rupees per month. Therefore, the house is an asset because it generates 1 million rupees in monthly income. It's better to buy a house on installments than to buy a vehicle on installments without using it to support a business. Buying a house that doesn't generate income during the installment period is a liability. However, if the house is sold and generates a profit, the house becomes income. Buying a motor vehicle on installments for daily use that doesn't generate income also is a liability, but when it's sold, you lose money because the selling price is lower than the original purchase price. Rich people always focus on creating assets that continue to generate income, whether with or without work. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope this was helpful. See you in the next motivational video.